Hey everybody, Wes Saranto, movie review number one. Dude, seriously, get back there. Go. Oh, sorry, droids sometimes. Okay, movie review number one. Good job, everybody. Extremely well done. So, just so you know, first of all, your marks are going up here. I apologize. I know it takes me a bit longer to mark than some, but the truth is, I'm looking at all the content. I try to give custom comments. I try to give everyone a comment. And I try to, when possible, to tailor it a little bit for you. So please understand that takes more time than just putting a mark. If I put a mark, I could probably do it in half the time. But I do think it's important to understand I'm really reading it, and it does matter. So I hope you care about that, because I do. So if you got a 0 on this and you submit it, it's because you submitted in the comments section and didn't do it in a Word document. Just so you know, Microsoft Word is free to all students at Georgian. So make sure you submit it to me in a Word document, okay? So if you got a 0 and you submitted it, you probably did it in the comments in like a text file. I can't read it there, not something that large. So do me a favor, submit it in a Word document. I will mark it. I know you submit on time and I put those comments. So please watch this before you reach out and email me and saying, oh, I got a 0. Yes, I know you did, but this is why, okay? All right, so first of all, the review is overall really well done. The only mistakes I saw, some people misunderstood how to answer questions 3 and 4, which were what were the future predictions that were right and wrong. Remember, we were talking about future predictions of the world, not in the movie, because that makes no sense. So you have to tell me what in the world actually was predicted well and what was predicted poorly, okay? So we had a bunch of amazing movies. So let's start. Running Man, for example. Arnold Schwarzenegger, great movie, a lot of fun. Not everyone loved it, but overall most people did. But the comments were great. Everyone talked about how, Times Square, like this ultra, everyone survives off media concept. It was fundamentally true, and that is true. It was. The devices maybe used were different, but that concept was very accurate and effective, and I do agree. It really was fundamentally accurate there. Also, our dependence on social media in the sense of following celebrities. A lot of people commented about that, and that's true too. Amazing how people are influenced by people's comments as celebrities or as leaders, and how much that influences what we believe. So it's really interesting to see how people caught on to that. I thought it was great. On the other side, one of my favorite comments on Running Man was the your head blowing up because of the detonator on your neck, like the bomb necklace type idea. Yes, I don't think we have that implemented anywhere, so that was wrong, as well as some of the concepts in there. But the other ones that were true, or some people mentioned, or just wanted to comment, was also, the concept of filming and watching people, and basically cameras being everywhere, and even that TV show concept, arguably, of following someone's adventure. We do that today, just not as extreme, obviously. Also, great part for me about Running Man is probably the best one-liners of all time. Let's be honest, Arnold has the best one-liners of any character, any person ever, and I love a bunch of them in there. What happened to Buzzsaw? He had to split, after he cuts him in half with a chainsaw, right? So that type of idea. So it was a lot of fun, but there were some interesting parts that way. Minority Report, Tom Cruise, great movie. A lot right and wrong in the technology side on that movie as well. But some that maybe didn't catch certain things, but that concept of facial recognition, because he was trying to hide who he was, and that part about when he'd go into the retail store, be hello, Mr. Chang, or whatever it was. I forget what the name was, because he had stolen someone's implant type concept. We're actually pretty close to that. It depends how you interpret it. You can say we missed or we've hit it. The truth is, if you go on Facebook and you do a search for something, isn't it amazing how the ads all of a sudden tailor towards what you're searching, or something relevant to that search? That is on the same type of concept, and we do have it where face recognition now can tailor content for people. I open my phone with face recognition, so that whole retina scan thing, arguably on the same path. I think they've just determined instead of retina, it's probably easier to do face recognition, because there's enough distinction there versus a retina scan and stuff like that, as well as thumb scans and things in several of the movies. So I think it was good, and keep in mind, it's a matter of how you interpret it. So for me, if they're fundamentally in the right direction, that counts as correct. But in the same time, you know, you could argue in the more detailed version it was incorrect, hence the reason I put, you know, sometimes it can be both. Let's see, so Carbon Minority, Running Man, Blade Runner, classic. Someone even, you know, got the full uncut version type idea, or I forget if it was director's cut or whatever, but it was really good, and it does change the dynamic for Blade Runner, so great job there. And Blade Runner again, you know, the concept of correct and wrong, you know, our AI is maybe not that far, but you know, the concept of AI and where it's heading, as well as Ex Machina, same concept, but also the flying cars idea, but again, marketing and advertising in this bit darker universe, you know, it depends how you interpret it and depends where you're from, but there's some truth and false in both sides. But the marketing and advertising side is very interesting because, you know, again, you go to Times Square at night, and a lot of this, you know, advertising, you're like, oh my gosh, I'll never get like that. Trust me, if you're in Times Square, you disagree with yourself. So go at night and you'll get what I mean. That's in New York, obviously. But my point is again, some right, some wrong. What else? Oh, Johnny Mnemonic, yes, Keanu Reeves, another good one. And that one was interesting as well with Keanu Reeves. Some of the things actually, the one I was actually surprised I didn't get a bit more of was they talked about like the Artificial Intelligence Act of I think 2015 or 2017, and no one mentioned that obviously we don't have an Artificial Intelligence Act. We're not that far as a miss, but a lot of people got a bunch of the misses, but a lot of people also caught a lot of the catches, like FaceTime concept, the idea of video calling. I mean, keep in mind, cell phone, you know, that whole concept didn't really exist yet. Not at all. Virtual reality and the expansion of that, some miss, some pretty good. But the other thing is human augmentation. Some viewed it as wrong and some viewed it as fundamentally correct. So, I mean, yes, wrong in the sense that it didn't become this super advanced, but the truth is human augmentation, we're doing it a fair amount, whether it be for amputees or whether it be for self-improvement or beauty. The only difference is it may not be a cybernetic thing inside, but we are modifying our bodies to look younger, to be stronger, to be better. We are engineering in many ways. And so the thing is, again, depending on how you want to view it, but really good points there. Okay, so what am I missing? Back to the Future. Back to the Future 2, personal favorite of mine. Love it. So the hoverboard, for example, some people view it as right and wrong. We do have hoverboards today, just not quite exactly like the pink one there in Back to the Future 2, but that concept, and again, that concept of just constant visual cameras, you know, interaction with advertisements, like the one with Jaws coming down, that actually became somewhat true, actually. I mean, we do have advertising today that maybe doesn't jump out at you like that, but it does interact with you. And there's a fair amount of advertising across the world that does do that type of thing. So and the truth is that it hit some of the marks there. Obviously, time travel, it can definitely be argued we've never hit that mark and maybe never will. But absolutely, so good points on both sides. Which one am I missing? Terminator. Yes, Terminator, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Again, a lot of people did a great job. You know, and that concept, again, the cybernetics in the sense of certain things like microchips have become reality, and then certain things obviously haven't. We don't have full androids in that side, just like in Ex Machina, again, but sort of the concept that our advancements in AI have become a big one. And in both cases, there's some truth to the components, so you could argue that, but on the other side, we definitely aren't there. And thankfully we're not, as well as the time periods that, you know, when Judgment Day happened, yes, they missed that, thankfully. And so good comments. I think people did a great job. But for anyone that missed, you just focused on trying to, you know, what they predicted in the movie, but that wasn't the assignment. The assignment was what predictions came true or partially true. So, and we're going to talk a little bit more about that moving forward. There's some really cool things that we have invented I want to make sure you all know about, which are super cool. And we'll do that coming up in the next few weeks. And but yeah, movie reviews, great job everybody as a whole. Great content. You really answered the questions. Please keep an eye on word count. Make sure you make it really easy for me to read. I really appreciate everyone trying to do it really nice, but for me, I have to be honest, it's nice to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because I can jump if I want to focus on something, or if I remember something, it's easier for me to go back and find it to make a note for you, stuff like that. But in trade, I don't need a full copy of the assignment. You can just put number 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, or some people broke it down really nice, you know, summary, character development, predictions correct, predictions false, you know, opinion. That was great too. Like I said, numerous great formats, but definitely needs to be in Word and nicely formatted and easy for me to read, okay? But yeah, like I said, super impressed. I'm trying to remember, oh, Ex Machina was the other movie I don't think I touched on here. Ex Machina, you know, again, was one that definitely dealt with the AI, but also you could have argued that the company was much like Google or Amazon, one of the big tech companies where, you know, maybe they're playing with stuff in the background we don't know about and stuff like that. So some people use that as potential predictions, and I thought that was interesting, as well as the setting up to let the person believe he wasn't selected when he really was, like making it like it was a luck thing where it really was not for the choosing of him. But also the Ex Machina was the one that, if you want the more deep movie, is that example of us casting our emotions onto things that aren't human. We do it all the time. We do it to animals. We do it to items. We like to think that our emotions is how other things operate. And the ending of Ex Machina, obviously, depending on how you want to interpret it, was crushing. I mean, that recognition that that machine was just basically faking it, or giving him the perception so that he could believe in love, was a harsh reality. But probably also, to be fair, it had a fair amount of truth in the sense how you'd expect AI to operate, because we want to believe that they'll be like us, like we're the ultimate solution, but are we, type idea. So I think that's a really deep ending to that movie. Some people interpreted it very differently than others, but I thought that was interesting. So anyway, good job overall, very well done. Like I said, if you got a 0, look at the comments, resubmit. If you didn't submit it, nothing I can do. And for those that messed up question 3 and 4, if you want to resubmit them, I would consider it at a partial mark, but if you're happy with the mark, then don't worry. And yeah, just reach out to me that way. So great job. You got to watch this video before you send me an email in regards to your mark, and have a great day. Good work. Right now, just finishing up your comment of whether Star Wars or Marvel, some really cool stuff there. So all your marks will be up here before you start back in week 8. Week 8, we're gonna have a lot of fun here, and great job, and excited to see everyone. Oh, and also we do, for some of you, keep in mind I've got 3 sections and over 100 students here. One of the sections has been assigned for teacher evaluations. If you can go in and do that, that'd be great. I'm always looking for feedback, and I'm trying to see if my interaction with you, like customizing this type of thing, where this is only to people in this class, like they're taking it right now. I have to redo these videos for other people. I want to see if that matters to you, because I'm trying to build a bit more of a connection. The issue I've always had with online is the fact that it's hard to connect with the students and show that we're really there, versus just pre-recording everything and then, sending you a mark, and that's it. So please comment, let me know if that's working. I really want to know, because I'm really doing it with the purpose of making online courses better. If you find it's not better, please let me know. If you find it is better, please let me know, because I really do want to make this fun for everybody as much as I can. Obviously, we have to use a marking structure, but if you really put the work in and follow the instructions, your mark should be very good in this course. So thank you very much. Great work, everybody, and we'll talk soon. Oh, P.S. for anyone that didn't know, that was BB-9E from Star Wars. Evil BB-8. Bye.